Good evening, true believers. I would like to take a second to talk about Kill Team. I'm going to talk about it for a second, and then we're going to open this box up and look inside of it. I have a piece of paper to keep track. So where we begin is, I got a sweet thing, and she shares my life with me. And because she's wonderful, she shares Warhammer with me. Not extremely, but she's on board. Whenever you see the Nurgle army on the channel, that's her army. She doesn't play much now because it's been a busy life lately, but we're getting older, and eventually the children will be grown, and I imagine she and I are going to play Warhammer all the time. But the Kill Team Brutal and Cunning box got announced, and it had that scrappy puppy in it on the rattling side. And I showed her the puppy, and she's like, oh my God, I have to paint that. So I showed her the rest of the box, and she's like, well, we should play that. And I'm like, well, I always, of course, want to encourage my woman to play the game with me. So I was like, darn right. So I pre-ordered the Brutal and Cunning box. And today it's sitting at my friendly local. They closed early today. They closed tomorrow for Christmas. So I'll have to pick it up on Thursday. But the Brutal and Cunning box is waiting for us there. And that comes with the Rattlings and the Tank Busters. Hold on, I'm going to write that down. So we got 2 kill teams ready to go. But something else that we already happen to have is Honey started the very first thing she ever painted, were the Gellerpox infected. So they're already on the list too. So here's 3 kill teams that we can play with. But wait, the Farseer is going to want to get involved. He has a Krieg kill team, and apparently it's almost done being painted. So there's another kill team for us. But that comes down to me. I got a lot of stuff, And so I got in the closet, I have the Inquisition, I have the Croots, I also have maybe Breachers and the Lucidian Starstriders. But then Captain Lord sends me a Christmas box this week. I just got it yesterday. It's got these commandos in it, and it also has a starter set with a Death Guard and a Space Marine kill team. But wait, that's not all. I'm still sitting on Christmas gifts for the Farseer, and there are a few boxes over here, but this one is the exact same size and weight as that one, and so I imagine there's a kill team in here, and Farseer is a dedicated Eldar player, so it's quite possibly striking Scorpions, maybe Corsairs, all very cool. And then the Dark Eldar have some teams too. I think they have a Mandrake team, which is the dopeness. So whatever this box is, we're just going to put down some question marks here. But that leads us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 kill teams before we even get started. The only one that's done is the Gellerpox are done, and apparently the Krieg are about done. None of mine are remotely close. I don't even have the Rattlings or the Tank Busters in the house yet. But we're going on this, and I'm into it. I'm into it, first of all, because time is hard to come by now. And whenever we play big games, it's always really frustrating because we're always either in a really big hurry or like we have this giant game on the table now, and we thought it was going to take us a couple weeks to get through it. It's been a month. And so big games are just kind of not our thing right now, And secondly, when your sweetheart wants to play, you got to be encouraging of that. So we're going to lean hard into Kill Team. And then something else I want to do is, I'm always looking to be a narrative player. And our narrativeness has kind of gone by the wayside as we've been busier people. We're always just happy to get a game in now. And we're never telling the story. And so I would like to somehow get very narrative on Kill Team. And I don't know what I'm doing yet. My first thoughts about it are, did you ever play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas? There's some part early in the game where it's time to do the gang warfare stuff, where you go into the mini map and it's all different colors, and you gotta get the mini map to be all the color of your gang. And I was thinking about doing that, making like a city map, and saying we're all fighting over these territories or maybe resources. Or this is early developing. This is my first thoughts on it. I want to look into like old Necromunda publications and see what I can find for like campaign stuff. And I have some books on the shelf I might be able to draw from. I have the Shadow War Armageddon book, which was a very short-lived game, but that book is thick, and I'm sure there's something in there for us. But anyway, Kill Team is coming. Wannabe narrative. I don't know which one I'm going to start with. Some of these are in various stage of build and painting. I'm kind of in love with these commandos. But anyway, Kill Team is coming. And then, along with my Christmas gifts, we have the core rules and then a bunch of tokens. I got to find a box or a bag for these because they're already trying to pop out. But they're they pop back in though. But pretty darn cool. And it's nice to have a big old rule book. And then I have this starter set. And that Brutal and Cunning set, I think, might have some starter box potential in it. We'll see what happens when I get that. But now that I've said all that, let's open this big beastie up and see the gubbins inside. I didn't actually do that. I started with this equipment pack. So I thought this was a really, really interesting box. Looks like we have some adorable measuring gauges, which is fine. I like the smoke grenades. I think that those are neat. I hope they have some kind of in-game application. I wonder if these are like mines, maybe. And then there's lots of different kinds of like barricades and whatnot. Looks like a little comms tower type thing. Yeah, this is a fun little thing. This is like, imagine I'll rock this right out. Look at the size of the hand grenades. Oh my God. I'm into this. This looks like fun. I particularly like these barbed wire barricades. I think those are nice. But we'll get to this in a bit. Oh, this box is heavy. This is a heavy box. And here we go. So the kill teams are from the Space Marine Heroes set. And I think each frame is a different man. Oh, that's wild. I wonder if these are push fit. They look push fit. Dude, Nurgle's so yucky. I'm glad I'm not the Nurgle player. I don't have to spend any time with this disgusting rot. Of course, I'll have to build all these men because Honey doesn't build her own models, of course. I build Honey's models. And think about that. Like, say you're the sexy person in your life. And you could look at the other person in your life and say, you build the models. I would be happy if somebody built my models for me. Actually, I wouldn't. I'm a meticulous jerk. And I'm very particular about the build on my models. And they're never good enough. My OCD is not to be ignored. There's quite a bit going on here. There's a lot of character on these. This looks all right. My other thought is I have a Primaris chapter coming. I have, almost 2,000 points of Primaris I haven't painted yet. And do I paint these guys to match my Primaris chapter? Or are they just exclusively my kill team? Maybe they're Salamanders or, Exorcists or Silver Templars. God, I don't know. Is there any such thing as an uncool Space Marine chapter? All right, what is this? It tells me it wants me to cut these out. Are these like wound tokens, maybe? That's a lot of cutting, Games Workshop. And then we have, of course, the piece of art. I've seen better box art. I guess it's all right. They got different pictures on the front and the back. Sooner or later, I will have a wall to hang Games Workshop art on. All right, there's a lot. Okay, give me a second. All right, first of all, I found a piece of push fit. I hope that wasn't important. I have to assume this is dice. So, the cheapest, most basic dice in the world. We use these small dice to count wounds. And, of course, Games Workshop dice just can't be trusted. Not the little ones. Anyway, all right, so what is all this? What is all this? All right, first, we have yet another token sheet. We have 2 token sheets now, and I think that's probably a good thing. Angels of Death and Plague Marines. All right, each guy has his own bespoke card. I'd heard about this. I heard that you don't get to build your own kill team anymore, that Games Workshop builds your kill team for you. I like that they have it on this nice big card, though. I'm sure that's nice for your play space. Nurgle also represented. One of these like stratagems on the back, maybe. AP, I don't know. I don't know anything about kill team yet. We'll get there. All right, check this out. This is the pick up and play terrain. It looks like it's made out of card. Is this MDF? This might be MDF. That is either really good card or average MDF. It looks all right though. It feels sturdy. There are 1, 2, 3 sheets of this. I want to look at this in a second. We'll set this up in a second. Starter Handbook. Welcome to the kill zone. Oh, see this big map here? I bet you that's this. See, all right, so I'm into this. We got instructions for building their men. Dark future. Got some story. Got some missions. Okay, I'm into this. Here's the positive. The real positive part. Say you want to pick up a Games Workshop game. It comes with the board and terrain and your armies and your rule books. And that's dope because usually when a Games Workshop box game comes with terrain, it's really expensive, or it doesn't come with terrain and then you don't have everything that you need. So I'm into this. We have everything we need to start. I don't know which kill team I want to start with. But before I'm done, let's look at this terrain. So here's the battle board that was in that cardboard sleeve. I'm not going to fold it out because of space, but that's nice. And then, so what I dig about this is it literally took me 10 seconds to pop these two pieces out and slide them together. And I remember being new at the hobby and everything was such a burden because not only did you need to make your army and paint your army, but you needed a game board, you needed terrain, and I dig that all of this comes in this one starter set. I looked it up on Games Workshop, and this goes on Games Workshop for like $110, and that's a really good deal for what you get here. I think that, and I rarely ever like say a Games Workshop product is worth your time because they're always so expensive, but this one I think this is a really good purchase for people who are starting. Like I showed you a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of different boxes, but if we're talking about just this starter set, I think this is dope. So that's where we're at. Also, I'm just going to put this stuff together and go put it out with all of my other terrain, and I don't mind the way it looks at all. I'm fine with it. Finally, which army am I painting first? Now, the mystery army is the Farseers. Krieg is the Farseers. The Gellerpox are the Refusers. The Rattlings are the Refusers. But for me, I have the choice of, and when I say these armies belong to other people, anybody can play my army. Like if I paint an army and we're all playing together, you can play my army, that's fine. But the armies I'm responsible for painting, I should say. The Tank Busters, the Inquisition, the Kroot, the Navy Breachers, the Lucidian Star Striders, the Commandos, the Space Marines. That's a lot of choices. That's a lot of choices. And I still want to buy the Sisters Kill team because I'm a jerk. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to pick. User, friend, viewer, my friend, what army would you paint first? What army would you like to see me paint first? And then, what do I want to do with them? Are these Space Marines going to be like something different? I don't know. And now I've lost the thread. Thank you for watching. Expect some kill team on Starcrunch. If you're looking to get somebody started into a game, this box set's pretty dope. And Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope everybody's having a real happy holiday.